Hi guys. Hopefully you have already completed the Do Now, which is the check-in Google form in Canvas, something you'll have every Wednesday just to let me know how you're doing. Okay. Our agenda is after you do the check-in, we're going to go over some classroom expectations. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then our wrap-up is going to be a little student survey I would like you to fill out. Okay. So the Wednesday Do Now. Every Wednesday, it is your responsibility to fill out this check-in sheet. Being that every Wednesday is virtual, it helps me know if you are how you are feeling and if you need help with something. Okay. I can't say that if you have something specifically, I'm going to get to it right then. Um, but I will do my best to be pretty prompt if you have questions during this check-in. It's just to let me know how things are going. Okay. And it's to have a great day. All right, so we're going to go over some expectations um, in the classroom. So if you're a virtual learner, this doesn't necessarily apply to you, but it's still good to know. You need to respect your peers. That's a normal thing. Everyone needs to do that. Be kind, receptive, and positive. Receptive means you are able to listen to things and try to understand them. Okay? Own your education, meaning take responsibility for what you need to learn. Be on time, prepared, engaged, and responsible. Address adults appropriately. Okay? Be polite and respectful, complying with directions, using correct title, Mr., Mrs., Miss, and always be aware of your tone and body language. I think that's a huge one. Okay? Follow directions, be polite. Okay? And being aware of how you sound and how you're acting, okay? Putting your head down, rolling your eyes, having those tones is not great, okay? So be aware of that. Be aware of how you come off, okay? Demonstrate safe behavior. That means you don't need to do things like jumping on desks or running around, but just being like a normal kid in the classroom. And then finally, be in dress code. That includes your masks and IDs, and report anything that you see that might be dangerous. That's on you. Okay. You guys know how to be in a classroom. Just do that. Okay. If you need more specifics, they're right there. Virtual expectations. All of you are virtual learners. Some of you are full-time, some of you are half-time, but everyone's doing things online. Okay. The big thing, time management is on you. You have to learn to make sure that you are doing things when you need to, checking in on Canvas and doing things as the due date. Your teachers will be available on a regular basis, but you will need to reach out to them for help. It's on you being proactive when you are virtually emailing me, emailing other teachers. Okay. I don't know if you need help unless you ask me. And then Google Meets for virtual meetings. I'm not going to go through those, but when we have Google Meets, it's being respectful. We'll go over those in our first Google Meet, whenever that might be, but you can read through there. Communication. Read all your communication. That means your email, Student Square, Skyward, Canvas. Okay. You need to be reading that daily. Okay. Probably more than one time a day. Yeah. That's how we get information to all of you. So it is important that you read everything. Okay. And then email your teacher. When you email, state your name, explain the problem, give a clue in the subject line, and you need to give us at least 24 hours. If it's during office hours, you should be able to expect one quicker. But if you send an email, teachers are people too. We have lives, we have to do things. So do not expect an immediate response. We will be as fast as possible. But emailing and doing all of that is the best way to communicate. Your grades, and this is for our entire team. Assignments will be divided into two categories. Performance grades will be 80% of your overall grade. These are tests, quizzes, essays, projects, or anything else that measures your mastery of skills. Okay? 80% of your grade comes from tests and quizzes, essays, things like that. Practice grades are 20% of your grade. These include homework, classwork, and participation. Anything that helps you get to that mastery is a practice grade. And that practice grades, those little things that you do, those homework, that classwork, all of that, that can bump you up. Okay, so those are your grades. Speaking of grades, late works and redos, the late work policy. Homework and classwork is expected on or before the due date, and if it is late, scores are subject up to 20% lower in the grade. Okay, I'm not a math person, so I would have to do the calculator of all of that. Okay, but you need to be aware that there will be a late work policy and you can get 20% lower. And then down here, redo policy for performance grade will differ by assessment, but you always have the chance to do better. So with performance grades being 80% of your grade, okay, you almost think if you do bad on one of them that it might affect your score or affect your overall grade. But you have a chance to redo those lower performance grades to do better. All right, so those were there. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. Okay, so that's me. Okay, there's a really cool GIF or GIF, I still don't know the correct way to say it, that I made. Okay, it took me a while to make that, but for those of you who are virtual only, it's nice to see something other than my Bitmoji. All right, so here is my bookshelf. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to just look around here at things on my bookshelf. You can see I've got ice cream, I've got Friends, Chick-fil-A, picture of my family, Christmas tree, Netflix, a tennis racket, tacos, IU, my kids, fall leaves, Starbucks, salad. Ooh, I love a good sale. Target, the beach, an airplane. Okay, got some Hunger Games books over here, water bottles, so lots of things on this screen. Okay.
All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to do today is I just have a fun video from you. It's Kid President. You might have heard him before. I have this saying up in my classroom, and I know a lot of you don't get to see my classroom, but it's 20 things we should say more often. And this is going to be your writing prompt today, okay? It's all about we're trying to build community. We're trying to be better people all the time. And I just love this video. I think it's pretty inspirational. So we're going to watch it. And at the end, and actually while you're watching it, I want you to pick one phrase or word that he says that you think we should say more often. He's going to give you 20 things we should say more often. I want you to pick one that you think is most important to say more often, one of these 20. And you're on the next part of the module, you are going to write about which one you think we should say more often and why. Okay, and I'll have an example for you, but I want you to pick the one that really resonates with you, the one that you really think we should say. All right, so let's watch this video first, and then we'll get to the writing prompt part. Here we go, if it'll go right here. If I can get to it. Let's see.
We should say more often. Number 20, thank you. And not just on Thanksgiving, every day. Number 19, excuse me. Number 18, here's a surprise corn dog that I bought you because you're my friend. There'll be more corn dogs, more happy people. This is a good idea. Corn dog for you, corn dog for you, corn dog for you. Number 17, I'm sorry. Number 16, I forgive you. Number 15, you can do it! But don't say it if it's something I can't do. Number 14, another thing that we should say more often, I have barbecue sauce on my shirt too. Before you say something about the barbecue sauce on somebody else's shirt, take a look at the barbecue sauce on your own shirt. Number 13, please. Number 12, everything is going to be okay. Number 11, oh, you got me a corn dog too? You shouldn't have, buddy. Number 10, I don't know. I know a lot of people who need to say that. My sister. Number 9, you're so awesome I named my dog after you. Wait. That could hurt someone's feelings. I mean, boat. I named my boat after you. Wait, who even has a boat? You're so awesome, I legally changed my name to yours. Wait, that's super creepy. Just tell people they're awesome and mean it. Number 8. Hello, person I never met before. Here's a high five. Number 7. My sports team is not always the best sports team. It takes a big man to say that. Number 6. Nothing. Sometimes that's the best thing you can say. Number 5. Doesn't mean anything, but it's just really funny. Number 4. I disagree with you, but I still like you as a person who is a human being, and I'll treat you like that. Because if I didn't, it would make everything bad, and that's what lots of people do, and it's lame. Whew, I need a water break, y'all. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to be mean. Number 3. Sometimes you just gotta scream. Number 2. Life is tough, but so are you. Sometimes we all need to be reminded to keep going. Number 1. Something nice. Anything. If you can't think of anything nice to say, you're not thinking hard enough. So what about you? What do you think people should say more often? Leave a comment below and let's hear it. Oh, and I got a bonus one for you. Something that we should say more often? Let's dance.
Soul pancake.
All right, guys. So that was Kid President. That's one of my favorite videos. Okay, so you're going to think of one of those. Now, you'll probably have to rewind and watch this again and maybe pause on the one that you think is good. But in the next part of your module, it's just going to ask you to write a few sentences about what you think is the most important. And I give you my example in the next one. Some of them are funny. Some of them are pretty serious. And we need both. Being funny and serious, especially right now with all these weird schedules and things that are going on in the world, we need both. So whatever you think, okay, whatever word or phrase that you really liked, please give a good explanation. And we're going to try to do this. This is kind of going to be kind of our thing we try to do throughout the year. See if we can say more of these words to each other or these phrases, okay? So move on to the next part of the module. Tell me which one you think, and then you'll be it for today. All right, guys. Bye.